Hello people, what's up? We are from Breaking Code and today's problem is Cereja and Votes. This problem belongs to medium section from CodeChef and of course do visit the problem and then only watch this video. The link of the problem is in the description. Do have a look at the problem and then watch this video. Let me explain you the problem in brief. So in this problem what will be given is two arrays, array A and array B. Let's take an example. In array A there will be floating point numbers like and what array B will consist of is the same elements just rounded off to the next integer, like 4.5 will become 5, its next integer value, 5.1 will become 6, it won't become 5 because we want the next integer value, 5.9 will also become 6. So this is what is given in the sum, like we have an array A with floating points and array B with the values rounded off. So now what's the twist in the sum is we'll be given array B. Without array A, we'll be directly given array B, and then we have to just find if there is any array possible of A whose sum will be equal to 100. Like let me show you an example. Take an example if array B is equal to 34, 34, 34. Now if there is any possibility of array A whose sum can be equal to 100, like let's take an example. Of course the values in this will be obviously greater than 33 because its rounded off value is 34, so it should be greater than 33 and less or equal to 34. So let's take it 33.5, this is 33.3, this is 33.2. so the summation of array A is equal to 100. So this is so for this test case our program should print the answer as yes. If the sum is not possible then our answer should be printed as no. So this is what the sum is. We just have to find if there is any array A which is possible whose sum is equal to 100, and after rounding off it will become B. So now how can we solve this problem? Let's take an example from the sum itself. Now we have to find an array A whose sum is equal to 100, and after rounding off it will become array B. So now we have to fill this array A so that its sum should be equal to 100, and of course after rounding off it will become array B. So now this value can be something 49 point something something or 50. It can be 50 or it can be 49 for point something. Now for example let's take 49.5, and this value can be 50 point something or 51. So after rounding off it will become 51. So let's take an example 50.5. So the summation becomes 100, and that's why we find a answer, and that's why we print yes as an answer. So the basic condition, the first case that we need to handle is the elements in an array B should be obviously less than or equal to 100. Why? Because for obvious reasons that if our element is 101, so obviously it can be rounded off to somewhere 100 point something or 101. So what the case is, our elements in an array B should always be less than or equal to 100. If it's greater than 100 then directly print no, don't even check for it. So this was our first case. Now let's consider the rest cases. We'll take the same example. Now what we have to do is find the values in array A, right? So the maximum value which A can take is 50, maximum value, and the maximum value which this element can take is 51, because 51 after rounding off it becomes 51. It cannot be greater than 51, then it will be rounded off to 52. So these are the maximum possible. So the maximum possible sum of this array would be 101, and the minimum sum for this would be like this is 50, so this should be 49 point a very minute value, and this should be 50 point a very minute value. So let's round it off to 49 and 50, so its sum becomes 99 again. So the basic theme of this sum is what we have to do is just check the maximum value, that is 50, 51, just round it, just check the sum of the elements of array B, and it should always be greater than or equal to 100. Why this is? Because if it is greater than 100, then only we can ensure that we can form 100 by using elements which are just slightly smaller than m, like in array A. So the maximum value of A, that is almost that is the same as B, its sum should be always greater than or equal to 100. And then what we have to do is just find the minimum value. Let's take it 49, let's take it 50. So it should always be less than 100. It should not be even equal to 100, it should always be less than 100. Let's summarize the logic of this sum. First thing what we have to do is take input from the user of array B. So while taking input, what we have to do is just check if any element is greater than 100. If any element in array B is greater than 100, then straight away print no. If element is greater than 100, then no. Now this is the first case that we need to handle. Now in second case, what we have to do is just check whether the maximum value of array B, which is equal to the sum of array B, should be greater than or equal to 100. So this is the second condition. And the third condition is minimum value. So minimum value would be 1 less than each and every element from array B. That is, in our previous example it was 50, 51. So this becomes 49 and 50. So this sum should be always less than 100. So minimum of B should always be less than 100. So these are the three cases that we need to take care about. If it follows and satisfied all the three cases, then our answer would be yes. So this is what the logic of our sum was, Serija and Votes. And of course we have started a new thing, like we would be giving you codes of the problem. GitHub link is there in the description. You can always have visit to the code, and please do not copy paste the code. You will receive a message from CodeChef itself and they might deduct your points. So please do not copy the code, just understand the code. If any doubts, you can post the doubts in the comment section below, and if you want us guys to make some more videos, you can comment below in our comment box and we'll be helping you. So please keep coding and do share this video. Thank you.